You know, if you ask any successful Medicare Advantage producer what they're most likely to cross-sell with every Medicare Advantage plan sold, well, you're likely going to hear the same response across the board: Hospital Indemnity. You see, Medicare by itself, well, it's pretty good coverage, but it still leaves a large gap in coinsurance. And while a Medicare Advantage plan would reduce some of those gaps and at least put a cap on your client's annual maximum out-of-pocket, well, it still leaves them exposed to significant out-of-pocket cost. For example, Medicare Advantage plans, well, they don't typically fully cover the first 4 to 7 days of a hospitalization. And per the American Hospital Association, their hospital statistics tell us that the average hospital stay is over $10,000, and that'll vary widely depending on the nature of the hospitalization as well as the hospital itself. So by design, a hospital indemnity plan, well, it's there to bridge the gaps that are left open from a Medicare Advantage plan by providing a direct cash benefit to your policyholder. So what are some of the benefits of a hospital indemnity plan? Well, hospital confinement for one. It'll cover the copayment on that coverage for up to 31 days. Ambulance transportation, emergency room coverage, outpatient surgery benefits, laboratory and radiology benefits, skilled nursing facility benefits, primary care doctor office visits, annual wellness benefits, preventative care benefits. So that's a long list. So again, with a hospital indemnity plan, your client would receive a direct cash payment to help offset the copayments and coinsurance for many of those above services. Now, another very common gap that some hospital indemnity plans cover are hospital visits that are designated as observation status. Now, observation status encompasses care that's received in a hospital without actually being admitted as inpatient. So it's not covered as a normal hospital stay, and it'll leave your clients exposed to some pretty significant out-of-pocket expenses. Here's an example. Let's say you go to the hospital complaining of abdominal pain. Now, you might be placed in a hospital room or bed, and this allows the doctor to monitor your condition while performing diagnostic tests to determine the cause of your pain, and he'll do that without formally admitting you as an inpatient in the hospital. Instead, he puts you in observation status. Now, observation status is mainly a billing designation, but it matters since services received while under observation, well, they're not covered under Medicare Part A hospital coverage, and therefore they don't fall under the hospital copayment schedule of a Medicare Advantage plan. Observation status falls under Medicare Part B, and Medicare Part B will only cover 80% of the Medicare approved amount for any services received under observation. So if the beneficiary doesn't even have Part B, well, then they're responsible for 100% of the costs that are incurred while under observation. Even with the Medicare Advantage plan, much of these costs are going to get passed through to your client. So for most people, the out-of-pocket cost of having these gaps in coverage, for a lot of people, it can be devastating. And the right hospital indemnity plan, well, it's going to help ease the burden and make for a very affordable alternative to help your clients cover the unexpected. So when can you sell a hospital indemnity plan? Well, ultimately, you can sell a hospital indemnity plan 365 days a year. The Centers of Medicare Medicaid Services, CMS, have said that a hospital indemnity plan can also be marketed and sold during a Medicare Advantage appointment as long as it's agreed upon using the scope of appointment form. And if you're not presenting hospital indemnity during a Medicare Advantage plan, well, you can still go back to your current clients, do a basic needs analysis, and see how a hospital indemnity plan will benefit them and limit their out-of-pocket cost. So to give you an example, that post-sale conversation might go something like this. Hey Betty, it's Tony Merwin. I helped you out with your Humana plan recently, and well, I wanted to give you a quick call and check in to see how you're doing. Have you used your plan much since I enrolled you? And have you had any issues at all? Perfect. I'm glad to hear it's working out for you. Most of my clients have the same great experience you've had, but some of those clients have had some higher expenses. Now, you may remember when we went through the plan originally that there are some various benefits that require copayments and coinsurance from you. I'd like to take a quick moment to show you how you can reduce those costs down to as little as $0. Now that's a sample call, and it's fairly simple and direct way to introduce Hospital Indemnity to your current book of business. And remember, you always have permission to call your current book of business. The relative cost of a Hospital Indemnity plan? Well, of the roughly 20 million people that are currently enrolled in a Medicare Advantage program, which is about 46% of those are actually on a zero premium plan. So indemnity medical insurance cost was going to depend on your age and the amount of coverage you want and the indemnity insurance company that you obviously choose to buy from. Now, you can buy coverage per individual or per family, and for the benefit that a hospital indemnity insurance plan provides, though the cost is truthfully relatively inexpensive. When you sell a $0 or a low-cost Medicare Advantage plan, this allows your budget, or their budget I should say, flexibility with the majority of the consumers that they can now cover those gaps that are left behind. For example, someone turning 65, you can easily find a very solid hospital indemnity plan for about $50 a month. And that'll include coverage for the hospital inpatient stay, skilled nursing, emergency room, and ambulance. Now granted, you can build out a plan that's much more robust that includes outpatient surgery benefits, outpatient rehab, even office visits, but at a very basic level, what I described above, well, that's solid coverage that'll bring their general plan usage down to nearly zero or very low cost. So with a zero premium plan, or even again a low cost, your clients can entertain a hospital indemnity plan without breaking the bank. And it'll give them peace of mind and a sense of security. Not to mention if you're selling plans that have a Part B give back, where they're actually paying them to be on the plan, that frees up even more budget to help plug in a hospital indemnity product. Now, Precision Senior Marketing, we offer a whole host of hospital indemnity products to work with for your portfolio. We have plans from Aetna, Sentinel Life, Equitable Life, Guarantee Trust Life, Heartland National, and even Medico. So if you have any questions about which one of these products are selling well in your area, which ones are the hottest sellers or give you the most bang for your buck, so to speak, give one of our experienced marketers a call, 800-998-7715, and we'll make sure that you have the top-line information on the current products that are going to be good in your market, will serve you and your clients well. So again, give us a shout. We'd love to chat with you and help you round out your portfolio. And until then, good luck and happy selling.